Hey everybody, Dr. Howard Cohn, BioStacking Summit 4.0. So excited about this segment. Two of my newest best friends who we've just, every time I run into them at a show, a biohacking, now BioStacking, wellness show, brain camp, wherever something good is going on in human health, you're going to see Alyssa Blue and Mike McPherson and the Aligned Mat. Now, I got to be honest with you. I first ran into you guys at the Natural Product Expo, which, if you've never been in Anaheim, is a monster. It is a monster. I mean, if you're in an expo hall, one of 5 or 7 really, and there hundreds of thousands of people. It's chaotic. But there was this one booth that was an oasis where you had all these people lying down on these mats, and there were maybe 5 mats, and people were lying down, and you would just walk in there, and then it was like you walked in a cocoon, and here are these 2 beautiful humans there, and they're like, hey, we got this mat, it's called Aligned Mat. And I'm like, in the back of my head, I've seen 4,000 mats in my life. I'm like, PMF, this, that, crystals, energy, frequencies. Okay, I'm exhausted. It's a place to lie down. I'm gonna lie down. But I gotta tell you, I've been on a lot of mats, but nothing like this. And so great. Like we have met at different things. We have BioStacked, if you will. I mean, these guys hopefully will tell you about all their collaborative things that they've done with other people. But there are very few times where you find one modality that in and of itself is BioStacked. Normally, someone's going over here for PMF, they're over here for frequency things, here for crystal stuff, here for all these other things. And you guys not only found a way to get them in one mat, but you made it cost effective. You made it easy to travel with when people want to travel with it. And it's something, and you've made it so that in just a super short period of time, someone can reboot their whole system. So, Mike, Alyssa, how did we get here from an aerospace background all the way to medical intuitive over there with Mike, coming together and creating this Aligned Mat experience? Who wants to go first? Tell me all about it. Tell us all
So
Go ahead.
thank you so much for having us. First and foremost, it's been such an honor to get to know you over the last couple months, and really meeting you outside of the quote unquote biohacking space is really a fun entrance into you seeing what we do and how we operate differently than I think most of the people in this space. Our whole objective in creating a line comes from both of our pain to purpose story. I had a pretty stressful job as an aerospace engineer. My health crumbled in my early 20s. And what I didn't know at that time, now fast forward more than a decade later, I'm a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner. And I needed to find ways to help heal my nervous system. So I had been burning the candle at both ends, consider myself a recovering type A. And Align has really been an answer for me with the stacking of all of the modalities to help me regulate and re-educate my nervous system on what it's like to be in homeostasis. So that's how we got here in a nutshell. The beautiful blending of Mike and I's relationship has really allowed the facilitation of that. I'll let him share a little bit more about our inception story.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're both practitioners. And I mean, I've been helping people, actualize their healing potential for a long time. We never heal anybody. It's their actualization that does. And, pain to purpose story. Yeah. I mean, I'm medical intuitive. I was born with this gift. So when I was super young, I was just feeling into everybody's imbalances, all the pain. I'd walk through a crowd and I'd come out the other side with anxiety, a bum hip, and a headache, and it was like, what the heck is going on? Born into 2 Navy parents, right? They were like, just walk it off, kid. You're a hypochondriac. So I had all that. I didn't know the gifts that I had. So I got medicated. I got put on, all the different medications for anxiety, depression, because I was suppressing everything. And until my, younger 20s, I was like, wow, there's something that I really need to do about this. Of course, the universe always provides, universe, God, source always provides, and brought me a mentor. And he saw me and it was like, dude, you got the juice. You have everything that you need, right? And he was like, you need to do these different courses and you need to get these certifications and I will help you along the way. And I was able to help myself actualize my healing potential. And I got off of all my medication, actually cold turkey. I do not recommend that to anybody, but it was pretty incredible story. So to have that translate into helping others, but with the mat, it was like we need to help more people. So I mean, Alyssa and I were entrepreneurs through and through, and we came together for a huge purpose. But we did 2.5 years of research and development on these mats, taking apart the $200 Amazon products all the way to the $8,000, you know, bigger mats in the space. And we were just seeing like, you know, we were kind of disappointed because we were seeing a lot of things in the mid-grade mats and, you know, we were like, we need to make it better. And I'm a car guy, right? I want to make things faster, more efficient, louder, right? Work better. So as taking it apart, we just really dove into the studying of PEMF, how that works, from the three synergistic modalities from the stones. The stones are super important because they're all authentic stones sourced from all around the world. And I mean, these stones, they're helpers. They've been left on the earth here to help us, right? So, and when somebody says that, you know, there's energy coming from stones, I mean, especially her being logical, and she's like, "You're nuts," but it's real, all the way down to like being very mindful of the components. So the infrared comes from a carbon heating element, right? That produces no EMFs or dirty electricity. And the PEMF, we created something called OSRM technology, or organic Schumann resonance mimicking technology, where it actually takes those beautiful frequencies from the earth and puts it right into the mat from the comfort of your own home. So, yeah, it's a lot, but that's how we got here. You asked for it.
Well, I mean, you know, it's so hard. You know, you guys, to your credit, and you're young, but you're to your credit, do a lot of what we call schlepping, meaning you are at all the things because you know this is not something you're necessarily going to experience virtually. So we have the challenge right now to have people experience it. But I'm telling you, if you're watching right now, you have to experience it because there are very few things, and like, you know, if you've been to this clinic here, we have a lot of modalities here, but not all of them are feel-good modalities. And there's a lot happening here, which I hope you're going to break down about what's really going on, the research you have on your mat. There's a lot going on. I don't want to minimize it by saying it's feel-good, but I got to be honest. It's very few things that you can put somebody on and they're going to say those three magic words. As soon as they get off, they go, I want one. You know, I mean, it's like they don't care how much it costs. First of all, it should be, in my opinion, way more expensive than it is because I know what you put in it. But I know, and I'm very biased. Two things. Number one is I love, 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 and we'll do it to the ends of the earth and back to help people that I believe are what I call Robin Hooding healing technology, which you are, because you could easily charge 3 or 4 times as much money as you are, because I know what it costs to make things like this, but you're not, because you have a big mission you want to get to people around the world. The other thing is, I by trade still a chiropractor, and the word align, I mean, it's all about alignment. So how did we come to the name Align? I'm going to load you up and you guys can just go. You can take turn. How do you come to name Align? Why? And I know you've done research on it. You've reached in your pockets and done research, where most people out busy selling and just worried about COGS and inventory, but you've done research to show it's doing very measurable things. And yeah, let's start with that.
So, the name Align is very important to us. We believe that nature didn't make a mistake, and we all have the innate and infinite wisdom in every single cell in our body that knows how to heal itself. So when we put the body in the right set and setting and we get out of our own way, oftentimes that's with that logical mind that's trying to do instead of just be, we deprive ourselves the opportunity to heal. So Align helps you relax first and foremost. So it's taking off this invisible armor that we wear all day long when we're out in the world, and we definitely need to protect ourselves, right? We're waiting for someone to cut us off when we're driving on the road, or for that ding on the cell phone with another task that we have to do. So for our body, that's like being chased by a metaphorical tiger in our modern world. So it doesn't feel safe to us. When they get on an Align mat and you first have that tactile experience of that far infrared heat, that's already like that initial step, that icebreaker to help soothe the body and calm the nervous system. And then you add the frequencies into it that again Mike hit on, which is the OSRM technology. So we're mimicking what nature provided with these Schumann resonance harmonics, these very beautiful frequencies that our body has, over millennia, our cells have grown accustomed to. So these frequencies go in and do their job to help us heal ourselves faster. So the word align is really us coming back into our true nature and aligning ourselves with the nature that we have been so disconnected from in our modern lifestyle.
Yeah. But it was funny because it was like an aha moment, because we were sitting on the kitchen table and we were just writing down all these different, like, what it could be. It could be like holistic something, or like, nature this, nature that. And then I was like, bing, align. And we were like, oh my gosh.
Keep it simple.
That's right. Keep it simple. It's doing exactly that.
So people know PEMF, they know PEMF, they know, they've heard it, or they have a mat, or they have something, they know, the healing properties of certain stones and crystals, they know heat, infrared heat, things like that. They know frequencies and setting those. So you put them all together in a very specific ways where they amplify each other. And then how did you go about measuring? How did you go about researching and documenting that? You didn't just put stuff together, but there's a cohesiveness, an alignment, if you will, that we can measure.
So in our initial 2.5 years of research and development, before we even had a product, this was something like diving into what is PEMF. We had experience on other technologies. We've been practitioners for a long time now, and also coming from, again, our place of like trying to heal ourselves. In an effort to feel better, we leveraged a ton of technology in the frequency sector. So there's thousands of PubMed published research documents over the last 60 years. So looking into what had been profoundly effective across all areas of human health, whether in the mental and emotional space or in the physical pain modification, reducing inflammation. And then when we got to the phase where we were prototyping and pulling apart other mats, seeing what these definitive components were and the effect. So you said you've been on dozens of mats yourself. Our mat feels very different. Mm-hmm. This is because of the intention that we had in every component that we use, the integrity that we combine these, the array that we have, the frequencies, and then the specific stones that we use. So Mike played an integral role in actually testing all of these stones before we even went the route of GIA certification for the stones. But I'll tell you, they hold their own frequency, being a crystalline structure. And this is scientifically measurable. Without having real stones, like in our process in getting to manufacturing, I mean, we were given plastic, painted glass, basically aquarium rocks that don't hold the same resonant vibration and frequency.
Right. Yeah, we actually had prototypes that came to us with those stones in it. And I'm very sensitive, obviously. So I laid down and I was like, there's nothing here. It's like they told us they gave us real stones. And then I took it upon myself. I was like, you know what? I need to test these. So there's different ways of testing stones, and we found out they were fake, because you can do like a boil test. And a boil test will show you that it's real and like over a certain temperature, right? The color doesn't come off. So you have white stones in the bottom and the color of the water changes. That's not supposed to happen. So that happened, and we're like, oh my gosh, they changed out our stones. So that was one of the craziest things that was happening. And also, like, when we did get the real stones and we got, them aligned, some of them didn't play well in the sandbox with each other. Some of them didn't align with each other. So for where the the heart center is, we have green. So it's green aventurine, and it used to be green jade. So the green jade actually overtook the entire mat, and it felt completely different. So you wouldn't get that like nice flowing feeling. It's just like getting stuck right here. So it was a lot of just like feeling into it, and plus like with like the electronic components. I mean, that's one of the things we saw with the other mats, is that it was just a 60 hertz carrier wave that was coming from, like, when you plug it in, it was dirty electricity, and that's being, you know, transported through your entire body, and that's self-damaging. You know, we don't want to be hanging out next to the microwave or like any, you know, outlets or anything. You're putting your head close to it, but it was enveloping your body. So we needed to find a way to get rid of the EMFs and dirty electricity, so you get that, you know, delicious frequency that we're after.
When you see us at shows, so we have a lot of tools that we use and we like to show people in real time. So we have EMF meters, we bring Gauss meters to shows, we even have a handheld oscilloscope. So it's like we leverage a lot of different tools to be able to not only, in our 2.5 years of R&D, measuring other devices to see what resonated and what didn't, but to show people in real time how we are different.
That's so good. So good. So let me, there's a lot of ways, fewer since I want to go. So I see a lot of people, I've hung out with you guys a little bit at some of these shows. So we see, you know, athletes coming up and they're like, I got to get on the mat, you know, when they're so excited when they see you guys are there because they're traveling and they're not there. So people for cognition, people for chronic pain conditions, people for like immune challenges, people with circulatory issues, a lot of different people that have found their way to have this alignment be part of their BioStacking program. And it's not just, yes, there's a lot of clinics that are now having it, from medical clinics, chiropractic clinics, acupuncture clinics where they're treating people while they're on the mat. These are happening, but a lot of people realize that, you know, I kind of need to do this daily. So, and they're bringing them in their homes and their now wellness rooms, if you will. So who is the mat for? Obviously, who's it not for? Like nobody, but like, what are some of the things that you see that you know that Align is definitely making a splash in that community?
So it's for all ages, and pets included. That's actually, pets are our best barometer. They don't lie, and they're not bound by the placebo effect. So as soon as the frequencies are turned on, our furry friends will manage to find their way under the massage table or try and push you out of the way to get on the mat themselves because it feels good. Our demographics, that I think a lot of this market space and what we want to, I guess, highlight with biostacking, most people think it's for like this 20-something fit demographic that's looking to either improve performance or optimize wellness. We've seen PEMF and our product specifically help so much with reducing discomfort in the body from anyone from a workout space or anyone dealing with something more chronic. We did something called the Senior Games last year, which was athletes age 50 plus, and watching them get up after a 5 or a 10-minute demo and having different imbalances in their body and just waking up and saying like, oh, the pain is gone, or sweeping gold medals in their class for improved performance was pretty amazing for us to see in real time.
Right. And it was so cool because a lot of them didn't know what PEMF was.
I'd never heard of it.
They're, what is this acronym? It's another acronym. What is this? But when they tried it, they were like, they had that 3 words. Where can I get one? I need one right now. So it was really cool to watch, especially in the elder demographic, where these people were just like, you know, machines, and it made them even better.
Absolutely. You know, I love when you talk about the animals too, because they are the perfect barometer and they are not responding to placebo, like you said, and they're not worried if their insurance pays for it or how much. They are just finding their way to it. And that's kind of how you know. I mean, nothing speaks louder than that. So there's plenty of, now that we experienced the last time we were together at Patrick Porter's Brain Camp, what I call the Friends of Alignment, you know, so where it's not, it takes a village. You talk about the Senior Games, which I'd probably qualify for at this point. So as we're on the back nine, I mean, it takes a lot, to keep rolling. And so the alignment is definitely a piece of that puzzle for a lot of people and a big chunk of that puzzle. But we're finding, like, for example, Patrick Porter, Dr. Porter, one of the speakers on our summit, obviously the brilliant inventor of his technology, brain tap. And so when he has done some stuff with you guys too, where you find that people are lying on the alignment and then they have their brain tap on. And then, but wait, there's more. And I got to experience this firsthand, the old, what we call BioStack. And then we had your alignment with our good friend Craig's sound furniture, if you will, and his sound bed, in having those frequencies like layer on top of that. And then our good friend Danielle from Avicen, who's also been Summit since 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and now 4.0, where you can have your hand in the Avicen while you're lying on the aligned mat, while you're on the sound bed, and while you have your brain tap. But wait, there's more. We have friends from Avant Laser having an Avant Laser set to a very specific frequency, shining its frequencies on our abdomen while we're there. And I got a chance to do this, and you got a very incriminating video of me. I think we already.
I wasn't going to mention that.
Transported to another planet like in less than 60 seconds. It's just so great. There's one thing we talk about the dog. There's another thing when you're well researched, well documented, and get people that have been at it a long, long time with their machines and devices are going, you know what? We pair well with the Align Mat. So maybe you could speak to some of that, because it's a really different vibe. When you go to these things, I don't care what business or industry, there's other people selling shit in your genre. It's competitive, people are saying shit about other people's stuff, and it's like I guess if you name your product Align, you're going to align with everybody. It's a very, very smart choice. But people, they see you guys are amazing. And they go, we want to use our stuff with what you're doing. And it's really, we always say it, lip service, rising tides lift all ships, but it's so cool because you get to experience it with you guys. You don't really get to go, oh, Mike and Alyssa, those guys are jerks. That stuff is crap. You're going to say that, somebody's jealous, like when you're in high school. But you don't really see, I don't even see it. I've been to so many things that you guys have been at. And they go, oh, we love Mike and Alyssa. Oh, yeah, we got an Aligned Mat, sure. And then people are doing it with, you have people coming over from other booths that might even have something in a very similar genre, but they're lying on your mat. So tell this biostacking world how you do it. How is it? How's this happening?
Okay.
It's so amazing, and it brought tears to our eyes with the spirit of collaboration, because that's what it's all about. If we're in this to make money and just have the bottom line be what our worry's about, we're in it for the wrong reason. The reason why we're in it is, like I said, to actualize people's healing potential, to actually have them shift out of a chronic state or change their mindset. It's just so beautiful to see that. And we actually created the Align Mat so they could stack with brain tap, with Avicen, with In Harmony, and the Avant Laser. It was just really
It's like
nice
the foundation.
Yeah, it's definitely like the foundation, especially that 7.83 frequency with, when In Harmony was playing the
528.
528.
So the heart frequency of vibration. So you're feeling that, and then you're laying on the Aligned Mat. You got to experience the Rolls Royce of biostacking in real time, and that's what happens when you lock inventors and engineers in a room together. Right. You give us some time, we create magic together. So for us, that spirit of collaboration, that entire event was so special, and then to get to witness in real time what transpired when people got to experience those 5 technologies stacked together.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Powerful.
I don't know if you were there. It was the first day that we did it. We actually had one of the employees of the hotel do it. And she had a stroke 5 years ago. And she couldn't move her left arm. And she someone brought her over and she got on it, and afterwards she got off, she was kind of speechless because you don't know what to say after experiencing that, especially when you haven't experienced anything in the biohacking range or bio-loving uh, space. But I saw her in the hall and she was like, you have no idea what that did for me. She's like, I needed that so much. She's like, I had a clear head. I didn't have my anxiety anymore. I felt better. And I was able to start moving my fingers on my left side of my hand. Like, I haven't been able to do that in 5 years since my stroke. So, I mean, like, that's it. That's why we're doing this. You know? Yeah, that's the juice, exactly. So I mean, it's so beautiful, and we want to continue collaborating because this is what it's all about in the future. And this next paradigm is all about collaboration and how we can raise humanity's ascension levels and raise the healing awareness.
Absolutely. One last quick question. So the question is not whether I need an alignment or not. The question usually to tend to is which one do I get? So maybe you could just, because people are going to ask, so I might as well ask you now, these last couple of minutes we have just to answer this question. There you have a beautiful black one and you have this multicolored rainbow looking one, but they're the same and different. So can you give us a quick, what's the difference? And I know you probably have them both, but tell me what do we say to that?
That's the number one question we are asked.
That's what I thought.
I want to lead in with the fact that the first one that you gravitate towards,
yes,
whatever it is, trust that instinct and intuition that that's the right choice for you. And I know that sounds out there for some, but that's essentially, we're trying to connect people back to the fact that you have a gut feeling that's been guiding you through life this entire time, and you know on a very innate, intuitive level, what's going to work best for you. The electronic components in both of the mats are identical. The infrared heat you're going to get, all of the frequencies and the spectrum that you're going to get from that. The only difference are the stones, and those do feel different. So we developed the Zen mat as our flagship product with the 7 different energy aligning stones. So from root to crown, looks like a beautiful rainbow. So it does look like a piece of art. It feels very light and uplifting. We liken it to walking barefoot on a beach. And then we developed the Stealth, the all black tourmaline mat, with our veterans and first responders in mind. That is used in a lot of clinical settings for those that are dealing with mental and emotional imbalances, PTS, anxiety, depression, though it's useful for anyone, again, that feels called to use it. It's not like one is for one person and one is not for another. You can get benefits out of both of them. That mat feels more like a weighted blanket. So it'll feel like you're gently being pulled into the mat. So it's just a different directional feel.
Right. Yeah, that's perfect.
Subtle.
Great job.
The future is collaboration. So excited to be able to collaborate with you guys. I mean, we look forward to a lot of great stuff that's going to be coming up in the future. We may have some more surprises and things we do as we get closer to the summit and summit runs. And we're going to have an exciting time with that. And I want to thank you ahead of time for our BioStackers that you are graciously and amazingly offered a discount for people. And I believe get 10% off whichever aligned mat they get. It is our VIP offer. So that's another reason you want to be VIP to make sure that you get that discount. Listen, guys, you deserve to feel amazing. You want to feel amazing. Aligned mat. Man, I just look forward to seeing you guys again soon. I'll see you in Las Vegas soon, and somewhere around this healing highway as well. We will continue to run into each other. We will continue to tell everybody about the aligned mat. So, Mike, Alyssa, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Awesome.